I learned something new at the movies the other day. I learned that if you take equal parts of Rain Man and Huckleberry Finn and put them together, you come up with something pretty special that tastes an awful lot like peanut butter. The Peanut Butter Falcon is the story of Zack, a young man with Down syndrome who escapes from the assisted living facilities and to chase his dream of becoming a professional wrestler. Along the way, he meets up with down-on-his-luck fisherman Tyler, who himself is on the run from redneck goons seeking revenge for the destruction of their fishing gear. And so begins their Mark Twain-esque pilgrimage in a story of friendship and redemption that's truly uplifting. The thing I find most appealing about this movie is the decision to cast an actor who actually has Down syndrome in the leading role. Zack Hagen was discovered by first-time filmmakers Tyler Nielsen and Mike Schwartz at a camp for disabled thespians, the subject of the documentary Becoming Bulletproof, which, if you haven't seen it, you absolutely should. This is Hagen's first feature role, and I was impressed by him, not as an actor with Down syndrome, but simply as an actor. Not only does his inclusion lend authenticity to the movie, it also makes it even easier to root for his character because you can't help rooting for Zack himself. Dakota Johnson is solid as the social worker tasked with finding Zack and bringing him back to the group home as well. But this is Shia LaBeouf's movie. He plays Tyler with great finesse, avoiding becoming an archetype, and his growth as a character is absolutely believable. He is at once self-loathing and somehow full of joy, which is brought out by his developing friendship with Zack. I also love the way this film is shot. As we see Tyler growing closer and closer to Zack, the cinematography changes subtly to reflect that changing relationship, easing into tighter framing after the initial widescreen presentation of director of photography Nigel Bluck. The Peanut Butter Falcon deals with love and loss and tragedy and triumph, and the way even the most well-meaning among us can hurt the differently abled as much as people who mock and insult them, by simply not allowing them the space to find independence and to live their lives fully. The Peanut Butter Falcon is not without its issues. Toward the end especially, it asks a lot of you in terms of suspension of disbelief, and the ending is pretty pat. But these minor flaws are not nearly enough to make me not love this movie.
Hey, what's rule number one?
Party?
No, not party.
Zack, you have a young boy with Down syndrome in the middle of nowhere.
All right, well, while you've been doing paperwork, we've been doing something called living. Oh, man!
I think it's time for us to go back now.
We could be a family.
Friends are the family you choose.
Wrestlers got alter egos. You need a name.
Falcon! Peanut Butter Falcon!